Guten Tag, Mahlzeit, alle miteinander. Servus and hello to everybody. My name is Thomas Kaufmann. I'm from Candera in Austria, and I will today present you a little bit about holistic approach in automotive HMIs. So at Candera we have one product what we are doing, which is called CGI Studio, which is one of the leading tools in automotive area for HMIs, but also in other areas like home appliances, medical, and so on. This is very well received. So CGI Studio in a nutshell, what's it about? This is really market-leading HMI technology, mainly focused on automotive. When you're out on the street, you will likely know a car that has CGI Studio technology inside, even without knowing. So a lot of the huge OEMs and tier ones in automotive area are already using it, and this is why there are already over 50 million cars on the road with this technology. Of course, we also have a global support network going with our customers globally in China, in Europe, in the US, wherever they are, and developing their stuff. And our own company has nearly 20 years of experience in software development, purely for embedded. So what are applications where you can find CGI Studio? So you see from cockpit solutions to home appliances to even head-up displays with augmented reality also in the future, very broad range. I want to give you a very quick introduction also via video. We did it in the video better than I can do it, so hopefully this works. Let me just check. Okay. Give me a second. Yeah.
Creating brilliant HMIs can be easy. CGI Studio allows the development of unique 2D and 3D graphical user interfaces directly to your hardware of choice and into the market as fast as possible. The open software platform is very user-friendly and intuitive. It is a powerful tool and can be easily integrated into existing systems. Digital instrument clusters, infotainment systems, head-up displays, and many more, CGI Studio is the one-stop solution for innovative HMI ideas in an ever-converging world. Developing a modern HMI with CGI Studio is an exciting process performed by collaboration between digital and technical artists. The digital artist creates the artwork in 2D or 3D using external software. The technical artist then imports it into CGI Studio. Scene Composer, a major tool of CGI Studio, allows the technical artist to develop modern hybrid 2D and 3D scenes. The integrated state machine provides an overview about the different states and possible transitions between them. The technical artist visualizes his work on the Windows host via CGI Player to get a final impression of the product before it is downloaded to the target system. In this case, the target system shows the perfect interaction of a full digital instrument cluster and an IVI system. CGI Analyzer enables performance and memory profiling to easily identify and track down performance bottlenecks. CGI Studio supports a wide range of well-known platforms and brings you a host of benefits. To learn more about CGI Studio, please visit www.cgistudio.at.
Yes. Okay. So that was a very short introduction about CGI Studio so that you know what we are talking about and where we are working with our customers. Now about the human-machine interfaces that evolved through the years. What do we know from the former times? We know all these old computers, these old telephones in the pre-smartphone area, basic watches, old clusters, old home appliances, but that changed very much over the years. What we have seen since then is that connectivity is everywhere, so you have your smartphones, even your home is connected in many cases. We have multimodal input-output opportunities, like we are talking to our cars, we are talking to our smartphones, we are talking with Alexa or Siri or Hey Google or whatever. We are using the gestures and all this stuff. The display technology has evolved. Back then it was like 7-segment LCDs. Now it's OLED displays everywhere. Also, operating systems are coming up over the years that enable more and more of those HMIs. Augmented reality is a big topic. Maybe some of you also were hunting the Pokemons out in the streets. And of course also possibilities for advanced rendering is one topic, because in former times it wasn't possible to show realistic graphics on those embedded platforms. What do we consider a holistic HMI? So actually the holistic HMI approach from our perspective is bringing together every HMI around the user, for especially in the car. This is like really every graphical user interface there is that can be used or interacted with. And even external devices like smartphones, we are counting into that. Okay, what does holistic mean? So actually, the connection of all these components. So from a technical perspective, you have to take care about the foundation, that you have a setup, technically a setup, where every component can communicate with each other. So you can share the content. Content can go with the user, with the customer. For example, when you're lending a car, your data goes into the car adjusts to you. So you have this consistent user experience. You're renting a Daimler, you're renting a BMW or whatever, and your data for your seat, for your climate control and stuff like that comes with you, and the car adapts automatically. So we call this really human-centric and also intuitive, because when you take your surrounding with you, it's not that you have to adapt to the machine, but the machine has to adapt to you. And of course, this has also to consider driving situation, what happens around you, what happens on the road, and how to combine all this to be still safely, traveling safely on the road. What are typical examples for that that we see today already? So the audiovisual feedback, of course, everybody knows that from navigation, but nowadays also personal assistants are coming up. They're coming more and more into the cars. BMW has shown it with Alexa, Audi has shown it with Pia. There are a lot of concepts, but already also series models on the road. Taking along the content with you, we already had that, so it's user-centric. It's a user-centric HMI. That's what we count to holistic approach. Virtual assistants, again, those speech assistants, personal assistants, they help you in doing stuff, making stuff easier for you, because you don't have to look for your remote control somewhere in the car. You just discuss with your car, talk to your car and tell them they should open the garage for you when you're coming home. Yeah. Or they prepare your car before you are entering it. What are ingredients of the holistic HMI? So we see different approaches that help you to realize such HMIs. One of it is hypervisor environment. So For the OEMs, this is really state of the art. What they are doing is they are using a domain computing approach. They centralize the computing performance in the cars on one platform, then use the hypervisor on top and use virtual machines for the different domains. So they really can separate the domains in a functional way, but can still keep contact via, for example, inter-process communication, virtual Ethernet channels, and stuff like that. So when you go to our booth, Hall 4479, you can also see a proof of concept integration together with Mentor, for example, on how this can work. For domain computing, also what we see as very relevant is like a server approach. That's one step farther to the hypervisor, even one step more. That says when you have a hypervisor, you have different applications in different domains and different virtual machines. For this approach with CGI Studio Link or with the server, you have like one server that does all the computing and all the rendering, and it has attached a lot of so-called SAM devices or SYN clients where they just receive a streaming content. So you don't need the applications spread around different devices or different domains. You have one central domain that is really taking care of everything. You can save computing performance, you can save cost in the end, and you can just stream content to every device. Doesn't matter which device. You see a broad variety here. Also what we see, what helps for this holistic HMI approach is to get the designers into this, into HMI, really HMI creation. I call it that way because the designers originally, they are stuck in their tool world. They are stuck in Photoshop, they are stuck in the 3D tools like Blender or Unity or Unreal that are upcoming from the gaming industry. But there is always this issue that they can't transfer this one-on-one to the embedded design so that the embedded engineers can create the real HMI out of it. So we bridged this gap actually with implementing GLTF, which is from Kronos. Kronos are the OpenGL guys, and GLTF is more or less a bigger or better version of FBX that we are now using for 3D formats. So GLTF import allows to really have full 3D model with cameras, with lights, with all the appearances, also covering physical-based rendering with the metal roughness shader concept behind. We can import all this stuff, we can take it, and the designers can directly go to Target and check out what they are doing. So this bridges a huge gap in doing work twice, and actually allows faster development and gives more time for this holistic approach to design everything from the designer's perspective. Okay, what else does help to get this process fast and to create these holistic HMIs? So actually, there is a no-coding approach. You don't need to code with C++ like in earlier times. It's really more about clicking together your HMI in a very simple way, exchanging design, just loading your design from Photoshop and the 3D models into it, adding logics, and really going to target very, very fast. Adding logic is another point here. Adding logic very easy with using state machine that is integrated, with using behavior building blocks that are integrated, and you can of course also do scripting. Also one aspect of holistic HMI approach is functional safety. So in former times you had like those telltales that were hardwired and where functional safety was kind of easier compared to now to these full digital clusters. With the full digital clusters you have really to take care about either redundancy or feedback channel or safe rendering in the end. There is an approach for safe rendering. You can specify this up to ASIL-B and certify it up to ASIL-B as a whole solution. we provide you the tool for it. Yeah. So to summarize all this, HMI possibilities changed a lot over the last decades, from these very basic and separated HMIs to user-centric HMIs that move along with the user. The holistic approach combines everything of them, and we can also provide the proven solutions to realize such holistic approaches. So, and if you're interested, please stop by at our booth, Hall 4, booth 479. Thank you.